But anyway, before. Okay, you've done it now. Thanks so much, Morris. Okay, welcome everybody to today's Kabbalat Shabbat. As someone just said, Danny, it is the shortest day. So hopefully now we'll be doing it a few minutes later each week, which will be helpful. Anyway, it's lovely to see everybody. And we'll go straight ahead with our Devar Torah today. Is he here?
Hello, I'm here.
Stuart, you're here. Okay, well done. Okay, I couldn't see you, but I can now. Okay, welcome, Stuart, and thanks so much for giving us today's Devar Torah.
Thank you, Irene. Today is the 10th of Tevet, the fast of Tevet. One of the four fasts of remember events that led up to included the destruction of the temple in 586 BCE by the Babylonians and its aftermath, and in 70 CE by the Romans. The other fasts are Tzom Gedalia on the 3rd of Tishrei. After the destruction of the temple by the Babylonians, Nebuchadnezzar appointed Gedaliah the governor of Jerusalem. In an anti-Babylonian act of rebellion, a group came to Jerusalem and assassinated Gedaliah on the 2nd of Tishrei. And this act led to more stricter restrictions and more people being taken off to Babylon. At the second is Rosh Hashanah, the second day, the fast is postponed to the 3rd. Shiva Sabbath Tammuz, the fast of Tammuz, on the 17th, was when the Babylonians and the Romans broke through the outer wall of Jerusalem, which would lead to Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av, when both temples were destroyed. Tisha B'Av is a major 25-hour fast like Yom Kippur. The others, which also include the fast of Esther and the fast of the firstborn, if the Bechorim, the firstborn, don't attend a Siyum to exempt them from fasting, are minor fasts, i.e. during daytime only. The fast of Tevet was the first major milestone that led to the destruction of the first temple. It was on this day that the Babylonians started their siege of Jerusalem, which about 17 months later led to the breaching of the walls on 17th of Tammuz and the destruction 3 weeks later. In some ways, the fast of Tevet seemed to be the least known of all the fasts, just coming a week after the celebrations of Hanukkah, but its importance is still valid today. Looking back in history, in all occasions when Jerusalem was captured or conquered, a siege was involved, except for 2 occasions. The first one was when David HaMelech, King David, conquered Jerusalem, and the other was in the 20th century when General Allenby conquered Jerusalem on behalf of the British people, British, in 1917. General Allenby showed the inhabitants of Jerusalem the greatest of respect, and the first time he entered the old city on the 11th of December 1917, he got off his horse and he walked into the old city out of respect for the holiness of the city. This action and all of his others in Israel led to many towns and cities having an Allenby Street in them, the most famous being Allenby Street in Tel Aviv. There are interesting facts about fast of Tevet. It is the only fast that can, like today, fall on a Shabbat on Friday, and it is never postponed to Sunday. Except in Yom Kippur, we never fast on Shabbat. But today we bring in Shabbat, still fasting until Nacht. The fast ends at 4:42, and then from that point, Kiddush can be made. Similarly, also Tisha B'Av, the other major fast, if it starts on Motzei Shabbos, we start fasting while it is still Shabbat, so we don't actually eat anything, break the fast when the fast actually begins. In the Slichot service this morning, there was a special slicha that was composed and added into the prayers in memory of those who perished in the Holocaust. After the establishment of the State of Israel, the Israeli Chief Rabbinate designated 10th of Tevet as Yom HaKadosh HaKalil, a central date for people who didn't know when their loved ones were murdered, for them to focus on saying Kaddish. Yes, and some people had the custom or practice to observe either Tisha B'Av or Yom Kippur as the Yutzeit. I just remember the late Jack Schwimmer and Hardy and Johanna Vishtanik, Dichonam Nevacha, they observed Yutzeit for their family on Yom Kippur. There are some secular calendar years when we actually don't have a fast of Tevet in them. And then the following year there will be two, one in January and one in December. The last case was in 2020 when the fast of Tevet was in January, not December, and then we had a second one in December. If the fast falls on a Friday, even if we daven mincha when Shabbos has come in, like we will do later in Shul, we still take out the Sefer Torah to lay from the bits from the section from Kisitissa, and we will read the special Haftorah. But we will not say either Avinu Malkeinu or Tachanan, which we would have said on any other fast day, because of the being in on Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you very much, Stuart, and all those extra points to tell us all about today's fast. We hope it's all gone well. It's strange for me in our family because my oldest grandson has a birthday